Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Is This Disc Right For You? In this episode we have the Dynamic Discs Freedom. The Freedom is a high-speed driver. Let's go over the numbers really quick. We have a speed 14, glide 5, turn -2, and a fade of 3. This disc feels really good in the hand for myself. I like to throw the Freedom quite a bit. Tell us a little bit about the profile, Eric.
It's a pretty flat profile, I would say. I haven't seen too many of the domey Freedoms out there, so I would go as far as to say it's a pretty flat disc. The rim on it is pretty big, so if you've got smaller hands, or you don't like the bigger rim in your hand, this is probably not the right disc. But if you've got maybe bigger hands, or you really like that big rim high-speed driver, this is definitely a good one. Nice.
All right. Well, like we like to do on this show, we're going to see a comparison throw by myself, a casual disc golfer, and Eric McCabe, a pro disc golfer. Let's take a look.
The Freedom is not necessarily a disc that's going to be in my bag, and here's why. It's a little understable for my arm speed, and for nice big tailwind shots is the only time I could probably see this disc flying for me, or if I need a really fast roller, which typically I don't like super fast discs for rollers because they can really get out of hand and go one way or the other with minimal effort. So I really don't care to have such a high-speed driver in my bag for rolling. But I did throw a roller. I threw a nice roller, got it down, and it went fairly straight and finished off to the right. And I believe my other shots was a nice hyzer flip that would turn a little and then come back. The disc goes very, very far, but for someone with my arm speed, it can get out of hand a little bit. So I have to tone it back a little bit when I throw the disc, and that's pretty much why it's not in my bag.
Nice. Well, for me, this disc is a disc I put in my bag. I love the Freedom. If you ever listen to our Disc Golf Answer Man podcast, you'll know how I sing the praises of the Freedom. In fact, it was the first high-speed disc that I could say that I could throw like the big dogs. Now, obviously, I don't get the same distance as say Eric McCabe does with some of his drivers that he uses, but I can get this disc to, when I give it on a good throw, I can get it to stand up nice and flat, and maybe even sometimes give it a little S-curve to come back, and we all want that, so we get that bigger distance with these drivers. So I love this disc. If you're a casual disc golfer, if you don't have a strong arm, this is definitely a disc you need to check out. So if the Dynamic Disc Freedom is something you want to look into, make sure you go to dynamicdisc.com and pick yourself up a Dynamic Discs Freedom. Thanks for watching this episode of Is This Disc Right For You? What we do for these episodes is we go out in the warehouse and we grab these discs right off the shelf, and we take them out to the field or out to the course and we throw them. Now, sometimes we get a little bit of scuffs on here, a little bit of wear and tear, but nothing big. But we don't feel right putting them on the shelves to sell. So what we'd like to do is we like to give these away. So if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, go to the comments, leave us some comments, share and like the video, and then I will randomly pick a winner. All right, so get out there and give us some comments, and thanks for watching.